Here's a way that you can come up with your products, a list of questions that you can have your kids develop your products. And then you have to know that creativity is messy. There are no straight lines, no desks and orders. Things are out of place, all kinds of things are going on at one time. It looks like chaos to the untrained eye. Creativity is messy. Here's another kind of creative thinking called morphological synthesis, where you create a new animal, and here we have a cat ostrich or an ostrich cat. You list all the amphibians, so you list two rows, pictures of heads, pictures of bodies, and you put the head of a squirrel with the body of a tiger, and you have a squirrel bill. And kids love to do this kind of thing. So they do this creative thinking, and they can write a story about their new character or a play. There's something called analogical thinking, visualization, and what would happen in questions. We've already talked about what would happen in questions. There's something called synectics, which is the direct comparison of two unlike things. This strategy emphasizes the importance of bringing together remote ideas to stimulate a new point of view. It results in analogies and metaphors, and it's called synectics. And you can Google that word, and there's a whole curriculum, a whole body of activities. It comes out of the people who do think tanks for product development. And I've done it with gifted kids, and they love to play with this. It's a great strategy. Here's an idea. To you, it's just a box, but to the mind of a child, it can be the cabin in an airplane, or the engine, the compartment in the engine, or a robot body, or a capsule. Now it's your turn. What would you make out of that cardboard box? And if you have young children and you give them Christmas presents and they play with the boxes, this is exactly what's happening. They're using their imagination to come up with different uses for an ordinary item. Analogies, they're direct analogies, personal analogies, and something called compressed conflict. How is snow like a merry-go-round? That's not a question to ask people in El Paso, Texas, because do y'all get a lot of snow here? No, so this would be a good one. What animal is like a clock? It's the afternoon, huh? A hummingbird. Why is a hummingbird like a clock? Because it has so many movements per second. Okay, pretty good. For an afternoon after lunch, after 2 days of listening to me, very good. How is fear like a grapefruit? I promise you, we can take those questions to those children upstairs, and you can see the light bulbs go on. You can turn. Be a pencil. How do you feel during the day? How do you feel at night? Pretend you are your favorite animal. What are you? How do you feel? What do you want the most? Here's the one with snow and merry-go-round. Snow is white. First you bring snow, all the traits of snow. It's white, it's cold, it's wet, it's dry, it's bright. It melts, it freezes, it reflects, it falls from the sky. You can make snow angels and you can make snowballs. Merry-go-rounds go in circles, they spin, they twirl. They have horses that go up and down. They're on a platform, they revolve, they're circular, sometimes playground equipment or amusement park rides. So, a snow is like a merry-go-round. When I see white snow falling from the sky onto the ground, twirling and spinning downward on its journey to the earth, it reminds me of the horses that go up and down and all around on a merry-go-round. In the amusement park in my backyard, the cold, dry particles rest upon the earth and create a frozen platform for making snow angels and ammo for snowball fights. If you look at the words that were in this list, it was used to write this little description. That's creative writing, okay? Teachers struggle with creative writing, so here's your thing. Two disconnected ideas. What do they have in common? And then use your imagination. Visualization. A lot of people don't know what I mean by visualization, but when you're reading a book, a novel, what goes on in your head? What do you see? Do you see the characters? Do you see how they're dressed by the description? You're making a movie in your mind, and that's what visualization is. Thinking in pictures. More homework assignment for you. You need to see this book Thinking in Pictures. It's the story of Temple Grandin. Temple Grandin is a university professor in animal husbandry. She's also severely autistic. This is an awesome movie, and the lady who played her did a super job. I've met Temple Grandin twice at TABT and NAGC. She looks, Claire Danes did, I mean, she was spot on with acting for her. But this movie shows you graphically what goes on in the minds of the visual learners. So more homework. Phenomenon, the movie, and Temple Grandin, this Thinking in Pictures. Guided imagery. A guided imagery activity is where you are asked to close your eyes and take a deep breath and relax. And then you're taken on a journey. I'm going to do a very quick guided imagery with you right now. I promise you I'm not controlling your mind. I have no psychic powers. You won't get zapped by aliens. Just relax. Okay? Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And imagine that you're in this room and you're going to walk out the door, and in the parking lot there's going to be a huge white bubble cloud with a door. And the door is open and there's some steps, and you walk up the steps and you get inside the cloud, and the cloud lifts you up off into the air. And the breezes are cool, and you're looking down, you're seeing all of your favorite places. The school where you went to, where you were in elementary school, the place where you got married, your favorite restaurant. And then you take the Cloudmobile takes a turn, and it takes you off into the future. And it takes you to a tropical island. It lands on the island, and the door opens, and you step down, and you walk, and there's a nice reclining chair with a soda or an adult beverage, whatever you prefer. And you can stick your feet in the water, and you're just taking some deep breaths, and you're relaxing. And miraculously, you've retained everything that the wonderful speaker has been telling you for the past 2 days. And you're just so relaxed, and you're so calm. And you stay there for a while, and you get re-energized and recharged. And then the Cloudmobile comes by, and you walk under the Cloudmobile, and it takes you back into the parking lot. And the doors to the building are closed, so now you get to go in your car, and you get to go home and have a good weekend. And you can open your eyes. Okay? That's an example of creative visualization. It's what you do when you read stories, or someone can tell you a story and you follow along the way. So you can imagine turning a cat into the letter C. So here's how you can teach creative thinking to children. How can a cat become the letter C? And then they can make the whole alphabet in animals. Okay? And this is an art lesson, but it's also an alphabet lesson. You can create a picture of the main character in the story and draw the story. Athletic trainers use visualization all the time. Imagine yourself throwing the football the longest, or you're the ballerina. Imagine the perfect pirouette. We do this psychomotoric with our psychomotoric units all the time. Or what it takes to make a home run. Picture yourself, what does it look like? So these are skills that we can use to help with creativity. And then I shared with you what would happen there. What would happen if the sky was green instead of blue? What would happen if grass was red instead of green? What color would the cows milk be as a result of the changing grass color? Those are just questions that get kids thinking creatively. There's also a technique called Scamper. And you can Google Scamper, and you can find curriculum, you can find activities, you can find strategies to use Scamper in just about every curriculum area. Can you be gifted or creative, or either, neither, or both? The research says that you have to be above average to be creative. And that baseline score is somewhere between 100 and 120. That's the prime window for creativity. Some gifted people who have IQs higher than that are still creative, but many gifted people who have IQs over 130 are not necessarily creative. So it's not an either or an or thing. It depends on what your gifts are. And then we already talked about talent. Talent is a little bit different. Here's some examples of what abstract and what complex looks like in a classroom. And here's the book that if you want to learn how to draw, if you think drawing is a mystical, magical gift. You can follow the activities. I love to do this with teachers, teach them how to draw upside down. Drawing on the right side of the brain by Betty Edwards. It teaches you how to draw. And drawing isn't this magical ability that some people just have, that everybody can learn how to draw. And she's got a great method of doing it, and a very creative way of teaching as well. So, we have spent 2 days together. I've enjoyed it tremendously. I appreciate your smiles and laughter at my jokes and your polite nods, and even if you disagree with me, we're all very wonderful audience members, so I appreciate that. I want to have us complete a little creative activity to wrap up today's work. We're going to make a map, okay? And the content we're going to do in gifted education, we talk about modified content, process, and product. So the content that we're going to use, the information that we're going to use in this map, are the topics that we talked about today. There's 6 different topics. We had, the first one was personality type. Then we talked about curriculum differentiation for gifted. We talked about teaching reading for gifted. We talked about perfectionism. We talked about gifted and ADHD, and we talked a little bit about creativity. So that's what the content is about for this activity. The process is going to be brainstorming. You're going to work together in a group and brainstorm some suggestions. And the product that you're going to create is going to be a map, and it's going to be of the Bay of Gifted Education. So if you look on your handout, you can see the Bay of Gifted Education. And it's labeled with different geographic features, rivers and oceans, and different geographical places. So what I'm going to ask you to do, I'm going to give each table a sheet of chart tablet, and at the top you're going to write Bay of Gifted Education, and you're going to make a map displaying and connecting all the ideas that we've talked about today. You can use your handouts, you can ask me questions. I'm going to say you have to have at least 5 geographic features. So let's do some talking about what would be a geographic feature. River, lake, ocean, bay, peninsula, island, mountain, yes, I come from flatlands, mountains, plateaus, mesas, you all know those better than me, caves, canyons, whatever you could put on a map making idea, try to make some connection with some of the information you have here, and have fun, and just connect the ideas and talk with one another, and create your map of the Bay of Gifted Education. And we'll put them in the Hall of Fame that's over there. So I'm going to ask you, while I get the papers to pass out, if you'll start clearing out a place on your table. If you want to move it or work with someone else. I think 3 or 4 people on a team is a good group. Other than that, it gets too big. Does anybody have any questions about the assignment?